think either of those.
It has to be one of those two, right?
You'd think, unless they want to pick the offlane hero, obviously. But you think it's going to be the carry hero here, or carry/middle?
I think so, because I think you still kind of want to leave Mag open, and you see the Ember mainly is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
What if the Ember side lane, and then switch up in the mid? Is there any danger to picking, like, say, the OD and having the mid lane be something you didn't expect?
That is true. And it's not absurd to have Moo play Monkey King. So what if you pick
True.
Monkey King and then last pick a mid because of that reason?
The super.
You know what I'm
like
saying?
it. I like
he's got
Monkey
two
King.
side lane
really do.
matchups.
Yeah, I know. I like Monkey King. I'm with you here. I like Monkey
That's
King.
one of
a lot more
Moo's
than OD.
favorite heroes, too.
And it plays way quicker, I think, than OD. I really like Monkey King.
And then you can just pick like a Pugner or something last, like just something that
For 9 especially.
that
yeah,
like team
I agree.
fight like pushes kind of thing.
They're thinking about it, though.
I mean, it's a very important pick, and that's why I was like, what do you pick
Yeah.
here?
Kunkka? Okay.
Oh, that's a good empower target.
It always feels good to play against Ember with that hero too.
Why is that, Blitz?
'Cause you always have a form of catch on him. You can catch him from Fog too
Yeah.
with your Torrent and X. Until it forces like an awkward item build out of Ember too, 'cause like you're gonna have to go Yules or BKB sooner than you want. Like you can't go for the standard like drums, Maelstrom, and then just AFK get a Deso. You put pressure with this hero. It actually applies. And plus, I think the mid lane, the matchup's not bad at all. Like you can just splash him out. Kunkka versus most melees, you just out sustain him anyways.
I like Kunkka when I'm faced up against Ember Spirit because of the Coco's ROM.
That
Right?
too.
Like this is heroes like very burst oriented and making everybody tankier is super helpful
Yeah.
for
Seems
your
like
back
a tough
line.
troll game. Like Lich armor, Kunkka boat. You're probably gonna have a halberd on Kunkka. You don't have like a lot of these trolls we've been seeing had like an Omni behind them, so they could kind of just mass status resistance and run at you.
But not the same.
There was no carry. I was kind of thinking while you guys were talking, there's nothing that seemed amazing. Like all the heroes that are escape oriented, big team fight, even like Void are really bad against Kunkka, and Jug is really good against Lifestealer. So all the like magic immune heroes are out.
And it's weird, right? Because you picked this troll even though it doesn't seem that good, and now you're last picking a 5.
Unless it's a 5-axe.
True. Do you think do you want a 5x in this game, or is it a possibility? I actually don't know. I'm actually wondering.
I don't think so.
No.
It's hard to tell because you don't know what the offlaner is
Yeah.
yet. So the effectiveness of the 5 position axe is very heavily on being able to zone out and be effective in
okay.
that first 5 minutes. So so the Winter Wyvern and Oracle were the 2 heroes that came to mind for me for forward. I think the Oracle solves some issues dealing with the Kunkka and Juggernaut and like the potential of Troll just being bursted down. It
can see
also
that.
has the Purge against the Lich Frost Armor.
I like Warlock a lot. That's what I'm sticking with
You
for
like-
their
You
forward.
like the team fight? The
It's
heavy
team fight. They actually kind of have damage issues, and it gives you immediate follow-up to the Axe. Like, I feel like right now, if Axe goes in first, J.Storm can kind of just dump everything
They
on
don't
him.
care. Yeah, he will just die.
Yeah, and I like that forward could offer the opposite and dump it back on them. So I don't see another hero that stands out to me for forward. I want team fight. I thought Wyvern was good too. Same idea, like AOE, ult, follow up, or counter initiation.
They're bringing back the Kyle Classic for Cap. They're picking Winter Wyvern and doing Winter Wyvern Axe Jungle. When was that? Was that like 3
Dude,
years
I was
ago?
so hyped for that when
Dude,
that
that
was
was
like
Epicenter.
such an
It's
innovative
Epicenter?
idea
Okay.
that just died.
When you cold embrace the
Yeah,
axe or whatever.
They
Yeah.
won that game,
They
right?
won
But
that
then
game.
and
That
then
was
it
to
was
get
just,
into
it was
the-
over. Yeah.
It was the wild card to get into Epicenter itself.
Oh, okay, dude, that was hype. That was like one of those things you're like, wow, why did no one think of that?
Last
ever?
ban, Moo Timbersaw. Damn.
Ooh, Undying.
Well, that does give you like a little bit of front line,
Something
but
to
still
fight
the
around.
focus on the laning phase.
They have a
and
lot of melee
securing that.
cores.
They do.
Timber
Four
would've been really
melees
nice.
against Kunkka, Jug,
I mean,
Magnus.
it's also mag, right? You're always gonna get RP'd.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, Undying doesn't really play like a melee hero in the mid to late game, you know? Like he kind of sits in the back and
Soul rips people.
soul rips and
Glimmer capes,
tombstones.
hopefully. Yeah.
I don't mind it as like a lane thing, and the tombstone is similar to the warlock. Like once your axe blink calls, you just throw the tombstone down, but not the same way, obviously. But we'll have to see what they pick last for J.Storm. It kind of does shut down a lot of these strength offlaners.
Beastmaster.
Yep, there it
Right.
is. You talked about that earlier, I think, Blitz, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a good response to. It's good vision game and stuff like that too. But I thought Forward was actually going to take it for themselves, but they ended up taking the axe. But I think it's just a good hero right now.
Feels like yeah.
I really like
I like
it versus
J.Storm's
Axe.
draft again.
Yeah.
I mean J.Storm. Yeah, I really like J.Storm's draft again. I think this is actually just another one draft.
We're going to see a 2-0 up for J.Storm.
I feel it. I really do. I mean, I think their game's a lot like it's whose game is easier, right? And it always just feels like J.Storm has the group. We can group up. We have a Kunkka Beastmaster pushing your tower. You go on us. We lay the boat. We have the rum. We have a Lich Magnus sitting behind us. I just think it's way easier to play the game for J.Storm.
I feel like Snaking's game is really hard because the vision offered by Beastmaster, vision is like one of the hardest things for Axe to like get around in that regard because he's such an initiation heavy hero. Like he doesn't provide you anything else. Basically, it's initiation or counter initiation. That's it. And there's pretty tanky heroes all around, especially if the Lich is giving the Jug the frost armor. Like that's the one core you were kind of thinking about killing, but now.
We've been seeing them all in on resolution. First series of the day, we saw the Omni Dazzle Beastmaster with the Sven.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're doing the exact same thing this game.
Agreed.
And everyone but Kunkka is serving as a buff to this Jug. And I think that that's been working well for them. And I would personally much rather play Jug this game than Troll. And I'm going to go with J.Storm taking it 2-0.
Dude, look at that bet. I would 2.7. Don't at me if you lose, but that is legitimate peer value. Like P-U-R-E.
I would say it's about even.
Yeah,
so the fact
agreed.
that
it is that big, yeah. Blitz, what about you before we get sucked off into a vacuum? Hopefully we don't, though.
Okay, no.
It's going to save us from the impending danger this time.
Hopefully.
I like J.Storm. I think their lineup it's easier to play, and I almost always favor that. But it'd be wild if this was the first 2 games they dropped ever.
Just
like
immediately.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh my God, it's Darth Vader and the Death Star. Whoa!
Bye, Grant. Well, he just abandoned us again to die to Darth Vader and the Death Star.
It's like a common theme that just keeps on happening.
It's okay. I wouldn't want to be around us either.
Welcome, everybody, to Game 2. Forward versus J.Storm. I hope you're all very excited for this upcoming match. I'm drinking a little green tea. Just to try and keep my voice going throughout this, what could be a very hype best of 5, just because J.Storm obviously was definitely not the expected favorite. And the fact they're already up 1-0 and could be up 2-0. Who knows? Maybe Blitz's prediction will actually come true and they actually go through the full 3-1.
3-1. I do think that forward, the main thing is like they've got to pace themselves quicker.
Yeah.
They have to be willing to fight. I think every team that I've seen go for this like 4 protect 1 strat in these specific qualifiers has lost. And they've lost like handedly too. And the only time it's won is when both teams have it. And then it just feels like you're flipping a coin.
Yeah.
But really what it comes down to is, like, are you able to fight?
Do you think that, so the 4 protector won around the troll, right? But isn't this kind of a 4 like everybody's amping up this resolution Jug? Like how is that not
but
a
I think they can actually fight with him early on. Like Rezo's shown a proclivity to fight with this Jug early on.
Yeah.
After he takes the advantage in the safe lane, he's often the one rotating towards mid lane or the enemy off lane.
Okay.
That's what I mean by that. And I think that's been the biggest switch in his play from yesterday and today is that he's being much more self-sacrificial and he's being smarter about that. Because before I felt like he was too invested in like, guys, I'll carry you. Whereas like now he's like, guys, let's do this as a team.
Yeah, he was getting flashbacks of Empire Resolution and he's like, guys, let me do everything. I've done it before on the TI main stage. I sure as hell can do it in a qualifier.
Yeah, but I mean, Dota's beautiful in that way. Like, you have to trust your team.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be like, we're going to do this together. This isn't some, like, 3K pub where everyone hates each other. And this is a real match.
Well, they are going to be able to get the Troll versus Beastmaster, which I think is what Forward wanted. Like, I know I don't feel great about Beast versus Troll. But maybe that's just my Beastmaster because it sucks.
I did ask you if you played that hero, and you said no.
No, I do play it.
Just not very well.
I play it poorly.
That's fair, Austin. As
Dude,
1437 is just dead.
He really is.
Okay, that is
Not
one way to... That's not great.
I feel like that's a common trend with supports who get like too desperate to stop the backlaning. You know? Especially against Axe, since he has an offensive tool against you once he gets level 2 with the Battle Hunger. Like, you can't overcommit your life to trying to shut this down. Otherwise, you're just going to give the Axe extra golden experience.
You can just do this, trade out farm, like Pie's doing. You can sit here, chill. It's a little bit different, though, because he's Undying.
Yeah,
and
he's
two
an
strength
Undying.
heroes.
It's a lot easier to play that.
He isn't Lich.
Well, they're just going to try. This is all Fear, by the way, who is sitting out. He was camped out in this area and just hid until the 1-minute spawn where he could finally grab a couple of creep waves and pull them in. We have the mid lane matchup of 9's Kunkka versus CCNC's Ember Spirit. We did see last time around CCNC won the mid matchup against the Death Prophet, Leshrac versus Death Prophet. How do you think this matchup goes?
It's okay,
Dude,
Austin.
what?
I understand.
Dude, how did Fear...
What level's Fear? Click him. Okay, that makes sense.
Does it, though? I mean, they have the most obvious damage in the world.
Austin. come on.
Undying, just kind of like decaying you until he solos.
Not everything is perfect.
Okay, okay.
Not everyone's as good as you are at Dota.
All right.
Struggling
True.
against 7K. Shut
True,
up, man.
sorry. How's the mid matchup go?
I think it's fine for the Kunkka. Like, because I think you can just hit a lot harder than the Ember can. The only downside for the Ember, or for the Kunkka in this matchup, is he can't get rid of Flame Guard. Like, there's nothing you can do to get rid of that.
Yeah.
So CCNC can get some like free harass, but actual damage-wise, like the Ember has a free way to trade. That's always going to be broken in a way, right? It costs you nothing except cooldown to be able to hit repeatedly like this.
Almost got him.
He was just trying to get the range.
Yeah. We'll see. The Kunkka is currently pretty far up right now. Fear still not level 2, and that may cost him a life if you are managed to get the lockdown there, but no such luck. They're going to try and deal with Moo, who is again pulling the creep waves together and taking some of these last hits. It's going to go, is he going to burrow through, or is he going to TP up?
Mid.
Coming back in, 1437, going to try and help burst down CCNC, but CCNC's actually fighting a little bit. Pops a Fairy Fire, Sleight of Fist is up, but it's not enough to finish up 9.
He's got lift.
MSS does have Telekinesis, but he doesn't have the mana for Fade Bolt. He needed 2 mana to be able to finish off 9. They could have at least gotten the counter kill. No such luck there. And what is happening over here?
He's going to do the TP trick as Moo is building up some sort of weird creep resistance.
Yeah, some underground. The creep underground.
He's going to free them. I don't understand.
It's time to leave the map, my friends.
Okay. He's just, that's a thing that I just watched.
Well, he got a creep wave, and that's what's important. A creep
He's
wave
doing so much
that,
worse than this.
Looks like it may turn into some sort of fight with 1437 having this chance of an invis rune.
There's a triple wave coming in right now is bounty runes.
He didn't grab it. Does manage to click a little bit faster, picks up that bounty rune.
Snake King's having an absolute free lane though, especially with the first blood.
Yeah.
He's well ahead of the pack right now.
Level 5 moves, just level 3 right now. 35 and 0 because he's getting all the extra neutral creeps as well. CCNC, how's he level 6?
Oh, top.
He died to Kunkka. They are going to have a fight. They're going to be able to run down Moo at the same time. Still trying to finish off CCNC. Does manage to get the slight to dodge the torrent back over to top lane where the pressure continues. Pylai laid out that tombstone. So they do manage to kill Moo and get a lot of damage on this tier 1 tower, which is, I'm presuming, what Moo was trying real hard to protect.
Yeah, he got caught in the wave, and it was a really nice tombstone positioning by Pylai. Like, he found the perfect angle. It slowed down everybody. It was impossible for the Beastmaster to get out at that point. Nice and easy does it so far for them. Is the downside is that the troll has been tri-laning or close to, so Rezo will just naturally have the level advantage.
Yeah.
I could see. I'd say the downside of Rezo's hero matchup this game is it's not as easy for him to just move in on the Ember Spirit mid, threaten with his ulti, and then take the tower.
Yeah.
Because Ember Spirit doesn't care. He's not worried at all.
And kind of same goes for Troll, right? He should always be able to at least get off Battle Trance to not die.
Yeah. Has he picked up a level yet? No, he's not even level 6 yet.
No, not yet.
That's the difference between tri-laning like this. Although you are winning your lane, you're going to get behind in XP to the guy who has the pure one-on-one. And that's why Snake King has to get a lot out of this lane to make it worth it.
Yeah. I think it also shows a difference in where the priority goes to these cores.
Oh, look at this. The TP in from...
The Lich is not going to be able to find Snake King as he does get out in time. They know about that Observer Ward because of Snake King's very clear. I mean, just leaving a neutral creep behind like that shows that he had information. And Tamu is now having to play some jungle, something I'm sure he's not super happy with. Because he's usually a pretty greedy offlaner.
You never want to be stuck in this position. This is the... Before, it felt like you had to jungle when you played offlane, and nowadays it feels especially bad when you know the Axe is having the freest game of all time.
Yeah.
Like, he's got 1,000 gold, phase boots, he's almost level 7, Moo just hit his level 5. It's not even like he can make these early rotations with Roar towards mid or anything like that. He just has to continue to hit neutral creeps, especially when the lane is pushed up this way.
CCNC again, just trying to threaten people in the mid lane. How did he get level 6, by the way, before Kunkka?
Shared XP.
Even though he died?
Yeah, plus the
pretty
Kunkka went to move. He's moved twice.
Mm.
Nice D ward by MSS on that cliff. Those wards they always feel bad because they're the best wards to place for what you want to do, which is push this tower.
Yeah.
But it works both ways. Like, you're going to get that ward dewarded just as quickly on the side of forward, I feel.
Sure. And that's why, like, protecting wards has become such a big concept, right? Over the last, I would say, the last year, maybe even just the last 6 months, is that having the good vision is actually important. You just protect that vision. Even if the enemy knows, what does it matter if you can actually fight around it? See the net worth. Kunkka and Juggernaut top 2 of the board right now, followed up by all the forward cores and even MSS. Sitting just above Moo. You can see just how much Moo has been sacrificed in this game, where Snake King has been raised up quite a bit. And I think that goes to show a difference in, like, I think forward does value Snake King's input a lot. They want to give him a good lane because he's such an aggressive offlaner and makes a lot of plays happen. If you give him a good lane, you know there's good things are going to happen. He's going to make some kills happen. He's going to make some team fights go good for you. And your investment will pay off.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Grant, you always hear how Grant talks about him. He's like, what? Snake King, he thinks that Snake King is the second best offlaner in NA?
No, I think he said best.
The best.
Yeah.
Behind, because he said he doesn't count S4 as like pure NA.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, like, the problem is they're playing usually different competitions. But Snake King has really impressed me a lot this season, and S4 not as much.
18 stick charges right now. CCNC's got to be careful. He doesn't have any more remnants, and they've got to back up. But totally agree. The insistence on making sure that this man gets a good game, I think is really important. Also, we're noticing a trend in Axe builds, by the way.
Yeah.
He's not going for the Vanguard like most people do. Is this the new thing? Just Bracer or...
It's because phase boots have just given you enough, I think. Enough survivability because of the armor. They are going to be able to get the Torrent onto the 2, but they still manage to blow up the Lich. Now the Telekinesis to pull back 9. Still a little extra damage, but CCNC is a bit scared. He only has 1 Remnant to work with, so that's why he throws it out defensively.
In fact, misses, but
yeah,
doesn't end up mattering.
And the fact that they won that fight on forward and they didn't have their Axe, who is bottom lane trying to finish up his Blink Dagger, just picks it up now.
Yeah, their most farmed hero. I think it's because the Jug still needs to continue to farm. Like,
yeah.
Rezo doesn't have enough. And I think the reason why I don't love Jug in this game is because it's not as easy for him to make these rotations and feel as invincible. Because they have so many different ways to stop him and just avoid his ulti in general. Right? They've got the Troll ult. Axe can pop his call. Ember has his Remnant. Rubik likes every single ability of Jug's. That's another hero we were talking about earlier. Like, what hero is it never bad to steal a spell on? Rubik is definitely, or Jug is definitely one of those.
Yeah. So you're gonna get spin, great. Healing, it's actually Omni Slash. This is probably the worst ability to steal, and that's an ultimate. So
it feels amazing when Jugs forget when they spin next to you, trying to execute you that you can just do the same and spin TP out.
Yeah. I like this setup. Yawar took the first step, came down to this bottom lane when Snake King was already here. They've well established themselves in lane where J.Storm is unlikely to defend, but maybe they will, just because Resolution can lead the way.
They're
He's
here
going
in
to be able
time.
to kill the Tombstone. Moo is also here, and he's ready to go with the Primal Roar, so it looks like Pilot Eye is probably
He's
going to
gonna
die.
save it.
He's probably just going to save his ultimate, as you said, and Resolution will help him get this kill. They still got more damage between the trade-off for the Tier 1 towers, but it does come at a cost. And that cost is Pilot Eye's life, which he's well familiar with. But I did like the concept of it, right? Where this Ember Spirit defends up top lane while the rest of the team pushes bottom.
Yeah.
The only reason I think they could really fight there was because Snake King didn't stick it around.
Would agree with that. Also, Pie's like the ultimate trap card. You know, you kill him, it's only helping him.
Stole the axe, managed to get the blink call from Snake King, pulling him in a little bit deeper. CC&C is coming in from the side. He throws out the boat to try and help himself out with the Coco's Rum.
Got a lot of wand charges too.
With CC&C, oh, did you see that? He actually popped the Searing Chains before he did the Sleight of Fist.
Probably wouldn't have killed though. Only level
Probably
1.
not. That's still, even just loss of mana. A little mistake there from CC&C. They do need to start putting pressure, though, on J.Storm a bit, right? Because you have this Magnus and Power that is boosting Resolution's farm.
This, I really like. BSJ had some really cool ideas, but one of the, I like concepts that simplify Dota, and when he said, you know, I'm gonna steal this from him, but when he said like, one team is always happy that nothing's happening.
Yeah.
And in this game, it's definitely J.Storm. Like, J.Storm is definitely okay right now with nothing happening. Because their mid-game timing is real strong.
For
with
sure.
RP plus boat. Their team fight is always going to be massive, which is something that I felt like they missed early. They sacrificed too much to make these, like, individual heroes work instead of just having, like, the ability to push in together as 5 and fight.
Yeah.
That's why I'm okay with Mood playing Beastmaster, because, you know, he's going to just build the basic items, run with his team, rely on Roar, and pump up his Juggernaut. It's not for protect 1 in the traditional sense. It's for buff up 1 and then sit behind him while he pushes towers. That's what I'm okay with. 4 people.
A carry that's actually being utilized rather than is just farming.
What is the point of having all this like
Slark
prodigious
was.
net worth only to, you know, hit more creeps with it?
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, I really like the way, for example, Yawar's playing. You're using your net worth to further the game. Is the most important thing, I think. Like when he went towards
The bottom lane.
to bottom lane to take that tower, it's like that you're putting your net worth to use. You're being a useful carry. Being a carry, I think, for too many people means I'm gonna farm and then at 30 minutes I'll have a Midas Radiance, and I hope you assholes haven't lost the game for me yet.
Now, J.Storm, they just can't simply do nothing but farm the entire time, especially since they've been losing out in the map control off of towers. So they're going to go for a smoke here.
The smoke has to be fast.
Trying to lull forward into a little, oh, we're just farming, no big deal. That's why you see us off map. We're just hitting neutrals, and then all of a sudden they smoke
Rezo's
up.
hitting Ancients, guys.
Trying to aggressively go and take the fight at the 15-minute bounty runes, but they do get Snake King. Is the one going to be axed back here into the boat, but he was actually saved by the X coming out for the Rubik. The RP, though! What a skewer in from Fear. Is that going to be good enough? Resolution with a spin out. MSS is going to be the one roared as it knocks the Undying to the side. They do have a decent Chain Frost to almost finish off Fear. CC&C looks for it. Yawar will take that kill, but CC&C is going to be able to grab some extra ones. Searing Chains on Resolution, and the call now from Snake King. Resolution dropping low. It's going to die. No Cooling Blade, though. No extra movement speed, but they don't need it. It's 9 is now going to be chained up. Oh, what was that? A 4-man? RP, at least a 3-man RP. Skewer RP from Fear leads into a bad fight for J.Storm.
He couldn't get the ulti off in time on Jug. He held it for way too long there.
Yeah. And the fact that Snake King got that call, like you could tell Resolution was just about to throw up
and the
ultimate.
counter X. Ooh.
That was insane, though. I
Part
can't
of the-
believe that.
The problem with Rezo in this game is he's so afraid to pop the ult because he thinks like, well, they'll just battle trance or Ember will remnant it away.
Yeah.
The only time you're going to have to cast your ult that's going to be good is when they're RP'd, which they were, but he was spinning there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that feels so bad when you're spinning when you should be ulting instead. Obviously, he didn't know that Fear was going to catch the back line like that.
Yeah.
Well done by MSS as well.
Was there a chance? No, I'm pretty sure I saw him in power on resolution, like at the when he was spinning. So it's not even like he was missing out on that cleave damage.
Yeah. I mean, even with
He had it on him.
it's just rough.
BKB, second item for UR. They did have, I believe, a sentry that spotted 1437 as he made his way through, but he will be
It was
fine.
very well done by forward though. They didn't panic. Snaking got like the 2 different initiations off that were quite nice.
Yep.
The last second call too.
I think that was the counter X marks the spot play from MSS.
Yes, that was so. That's what I said by nice X by MSS.
Yeah, Snaking would have been real screwed if he was on this low ground.
It looks so funny when
Yeah.
2 different.
Tombstone, 200 gold for resolution, but will be the trade-off for a mid-tier 1 tower. J.Storm certainly don't want to let that be the case. X, Remnant out. He's good. And it's not like Forward really trying that hard to do it anyway, because he was probably telling his team, look, guys, I just want my BKB. I'll continue to further the game as soon as I have my magic immunity.
Both teams carries willing to 5-man with the rest of their team, and this is what we meant by, although they do have, a hard carry in a traditional sense, they're both willing to fight.
There's going to be the Halberd coming out from 9, just as BSJ was talking about. Armlet, Halberd, and you go Radiance after this still?
I think the Radiance, if you're going to go it, you're going to go it as like a first 2 item.
Yeah.
I think the item starts to top off, like the effectiveness of it.
Okay.
The part of it is it helps you farm, but also it's supposed to be this like big, okay, when I get Radiance, we're the strongest team on the map. And in this game, I don't think that's the case.
J.Storm feeling like there's not quite enough action going on. They're going to try and, as they move up to top lane, distract forward as they cut through the trees, get in behind, and if they can get the right kind of vision, get a good Primal Roar initiation. But first is going to be Snaking, finding the opening onto Fear. He's going to be safe, though, by a bit of Frost Armor coming out from Lich. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough, though. Still, the Culling Blade finds its mark onto the Magnus, and with that movement speed, they rush forward, trying to find more. The Blink Dagger's up in 1 second's time. Looks like he is not going to be able to find because they're headed to mid lane, where Yuar's already caught 9 here.
Nice
He
call.
does manage to get off the boat, but it's not good enough. He's already lost too much HP. Yawar and Snaking now join forces to not just get that kill, but potentially the tower as well.
And you're seeing why they put so much of a emphasis on Snaking's game. You have felt the impact of this hero
Yeah.
already. 3-0 and 2. He's been everywhere for them as I die, as I say that. Gets
Careful.
screwed up by creeps. But he's had a very good game for himself. And you're just not feeling the same impact from Beastmaster. And
Yeah.
I think part of it is because of the hero types that they have. And I like that they didn't shy away from the axe. Even though it wasn't the best axe game last game, they still stuck to their principles.
Yeah.
They were like, this is still a good axe game against Jug. It was just a Chen plus Bat Rider issue, not like the overall hero. Snaking's
Yeah.
still a good axe.
And like that top fight could have been entirely different if it was Moo finding the opening with his cute little play where he wraps in behind. You know, if he finds a Primal Roar here on somebody, that easily could have been J.Storm winning the fight and taking the tower, but
I don't think
it's
they're
Snaking
utilizing
instead.
their Hawk Vision well enough.
Yeah, I agree.
Plus, you see MSS, like, he's done such a good job of
20-minute bounty room.
Oh.
Resolution grabs his.
the healing ward stolen. He's got to be careful here. CCNC. I mean, he's not afraid because of the fact that he can always.
Now they got the call on Resolution. He's dropping fast, and that Frost Armor just doesn't protect him good enough. The boat comes through and lands on Snaking, but honestly, he's
The
so
counter
tanky
boat.
now. The counterboat, ding, ding, right on top of the Magnus, as well as 9. The Chain Frost goes out, bounce around between UR and Snaking, but honestly, these heroes are so
Chop, chop.
tanky. Triple chop from Snaking. What a way to end the fight. As forward handily take the
And the
now
Roach
with the
with
double
the DD.
damage, they're going to be able to take Roach on.
Dude, is this game over already?
It might just be. Honestly, you said that J.Storm's going to hit this really good mid-game timing, and the last 2 fights have gone all forward. And it only gets worse from here, right?
Yeah, I think we misjudged this.
Eventually,
panel.
Troll becomes like the biggest hero, so.
We messed up, Austin. Oh, God.
No. BSJ and Grant messed up. Honestly, we're just kind of like placeholders until it's our time to
Alright,
cast,
let's
you know?
see.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, I thought that J.Storm was going to win, too. I'm not going to lie. But what you're starting to see is that the Juggernaut is actually sort of bad versus the enemy course. He doesn't want to pop ulti.
Yeah.
And when you don't have all that Chen heal, DP, Yule's counter initiate, the Axe steal is amazing.
I mean, honestly, I think this is all snaking, right? I feel like he is, in some ways, overplaying his position. He got just an amazing lane, which set him up really well. But then just like little stuff like being able to find this initiation as opposed to Move finding his, like him being able to get such a great multiple calls in this team fight, which was one of the first ones.
It's wild to me, by the way, that they're always getting the jump, considering that they should have the vision advantage with the Beastmaster.
Yeah,
That's
the
most
Hawk should be
surprising part.
spotting the Snake King's attempt at initiation every single time.
They place so many sentries around the common areas
Yeah.
that it's just making it hard for them.
9 is going to be found here. He knows it too. He's just going to have to bow it out just to try and keep the Kokos Rum. Again, MSS steals it away from him. And Snake King does manage to find the Lich, who's hoping to be able to get the Frost Armor out, but they do go for the Primal Roar. The Chain Frost doesn't actually bounce over. Skewer on through as the Torrent tosses Snake King up in the air. He now uses himself, try and buy himself some time to be able to get away and just let Yawar do his work. He's already torn apart the Magnus. You're already 9 in the back line is going to be taken away by CCNC. He throws out the Omni Slash. Couldn't actually finish up Snake King or the Rubik. Both who have Yule Scepters to protect themselves. 4 dead. Make it 5, actually. CCNC, I heard the chains from him. He has caught the last remaining hero from J.Storm. 5-man wipe, giving nothing in return.
This game is starting to get really out of hand as that was the first Omni Slash that we've seen, and we see exactly why he's so reluctant to throw it. Everybody just kind of walks around, does what they feel like, doesn't put out enough damage anymore. Their RP combination is no longer the scariest thing on the map. It's this Blink Blade Mail call.
He's throwing out the boat. See if he can kill some creeps before this spell goes away.
Plus, MSS has had better boats than 9 this game.
Yeah, he kind of has. 9 has not had a great Kunkka game.
He is struggling right now.
And it should have been okay, right? Like, he's got the Halberd to be able to counter the Troll. You said that you've got this matchup against the Ember Spirit. I don't even think you're unhappy with the matchup against Axe, because he just is a sitting duck for Torrent Boat oftentimes. When he makes his initiation, you've got great counter initiate.
We've passed that time now.
Yeah, for sure.
With the Yule Scepter on the Axe, he no longer feels worried about it.
Also, let's just say I don't see this Lich, the Frost Shield is not protecting these heroes.
Dude, you did not feel the impact of this hero at all. Not in the laning
No.
phase, not in the team fights.
Hey, that is a Radiant Courier down, and now J.Storm
They know
very
they're
aware
sandwiched.
that all these heroes are here, but they may not be able to escape in time as they manage to get the call, and a Culling Blade to finish him off. Actually, 1437 managed to intercept that one, but still, Resolution does fall. He's going to die as he's revealed himself into the trees. 9 going to be caught once again
Dunk
as
him.
he's going to taunt to his grave here. J.Storm lose another 3, and it's just been non-stop forward. Look at this.
that
The
line
red
down.
block after block is just forward, winning fights and taking towers.
Ayo, BSJ, head over. I think the game's done.
Yeah, it's. I would not be surprised if J.Storm ready to call it soon, as that is an Aghanim Scepter already up for the Ember Spirit. Overshot it just a
was
tad.
hard.
You know what's cooking? Boom!
What's cooking right now is J.Storm's demise in this game too. His 25-minute bounty runes are coming up,
Are we going to get 5 cap?
and nobody is really creating space. They do manage to get the call onto the Magnus. He's dead as well. So much catch. They honestly can't show themselves with an Axe hunting you down and then an Aghanim's Ember Spirit. I don't know how you
809.
ever split push.
809 has found the Juggernaut every single time. Has made it impossible for this Jug to play.
And he's thinking about a heart. That is, that's just an insane game. When you're getting luxury items like this,
When you don't need BKB.
yeah. And I mean, just not dying is incredible on Axe, because you are probably one of the most suicidal offlaners since Clockwork isn't a hero anymore. That reward probably goes to Axe. I mean, even Centaur can like fight back, you know?
It looks like we might just have a handful of stomps so far in this game, as the score is 4-22. We missed the 420.
True.
That's on us, guys. I'm sure you guys didn't.
We're not the dankest memers
You guys
in the
are
house.
distinguished gentlemen. No, I'm sure Twitch chat was too mature to make that joke. I'll check in 5 minutes. I know.
12 regen? Wasn't BSJ saying everybody goes the torrent damage? And I would imagine, aren't they kind of lacking in damage?
They're lacking in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I think they're lacking in control the most, which is why you would have preferred a hero other than Lich. Yeah. Lich might be the biggest part of their lineup. That's the issue.
Yeah.
No damage, no control. Wasn't able to contest the lane at all. Like, at least the Undying and the Rubik were able to contest their lanes. Lich just kind of chilled. And there wasn't a ton of physical damage that in the laning phase that scared him.
Mm-hmm. Is there any chance that Frost Shield doesn't protect you against... I thought it was physical damage. But it does say attacks.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why the Axe and the Blade Mail have been so effective? Because every single time he throws the Frost Shield, it just doesn't look like it's doing a damn thing. 21,000 net worth lead forward. Well, at this point, you're like, well, the only things left is pushing high ground. I'm not sure if they're totally ready for it. Maybe they are. UR's got BKB, Satanic Mjolnir. That looks like a troll that's ready to hit some tier 3s.
He's got pretty good farm. He's always going to get his ulti off.
It's not terrible.
The status res makes it so that he's always going to pop ulti Satanic.
Yeah, that just means that Magnus, this Beastmaster, the Magnus, like these heroes,
they don't have the right kind of disable. They don't have any like disables that aren't massive cooldowns.
Yeah.
Aside from like the gaze, but let me say he's going to die if he's in range.
yeah, he's gonna bring the troll that much closer to him. No, no, no. That's not what I wanted. Look at him, dude. He's legit gonna have a heart before the end of the game.
Oh yeah, Snake's going absolutely off. Grant's been like his staunchest supporter too. I can't wait for him to get hype.
Now that like some offlaners have left the scene in NA and stuff, like I don't see Universe is playing like 4 position now. Like Forev isn't playing in NA. Like Moo and Snake King are just kind of like my go-to whenever I see them at Dota TV. Yeah, I'm just like, oh, they're playing Dota. S4 isn't in NA half the time, so it's just like those are the 2 offlaners to watch. If you want to learn, Snake King finds an opening onto Moo, yules him some first just to get some extra disable time, and eventually his allies will join him in slaying the beast. Godlike Axe.
And they're pushing out the lanes trying to do something to extend the game out.
Yeah.
And they're hoping for this like miracle RP. There's still like a 5% chance that you could get that. Oh
wow.
Man, they think it's a lot worse than that.
Dota Buff says, it's only 2.
Apparently I was too kind.
It's funny, it started off in J.Storm's
they like J.Storm's lineup.
Yeah. Seeing that a lot more about Dota Plus. That it always starts favoring a draft. Everyone from J.Storm just playing the hugging the trees. Yules! Didn't get it off.
Very close, but unfortunately no.
But yeah, you don't even have level 25 on Ember Spirit with this Ags yet.
It does not look as good. But what else are you going to get, dude? Normally, this is the problem with Ember when you're this far ahead. It's like when Danny was, when Annihilate was 20, he was like level 18.
Catch him! The completed TP sound. Nothing feels worse than the completed TP sound.
What a surprise.
When you're the one trying to escape.
When you can see your dead body inside the melting away.
Oh, yeah, that one too.
In the
that
base.
pretty bad.
That makes me mad. As this should be the objective that they were waiting for to end the game, as Yawar is just going to hit the Roshan. This game has been rough for some time. They haven't hit my like favorite mark, which is the 1,000 gold a minute. They've only got a 27,000 gold lead at 30 minutes.
Yes. They could just bump themselves up to solid 31 right now. 25 health regen. CCNC's found a pickoff. That's on 1437, who's probably trying to get some sentries down. You just can't go outside of your base if you're a support like this, because the moment you show on some sort of D-sentry situation, like CCNC,
they're close. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
going to be close. Plus, Forward Gaming's ability to gap close is really good.
Yeah. Like there is really no greater. I think Ember Spirit might actually be better at it now than Storm Spirit
Dude, I
because
could've
he's
told you
legit
that.
faster
Yes.
than Storm.
And it takes you less. It somehow costs you less mana.
Yeah.
And you don't have to risk your life doing it.
Are you just like jealous? RP straight up onto the Ember Spear. See if they can burst him down fast enough with the Omni Slash into the Eul Scepter. Can he get a Remnant away and jump out? He slides up this, jumps away to his Remnant. Now Yawar is here, and that means the fight is over. J.Storm know it too. They went all in to try and kill CCNC real quickly. And that doesn't work. Now they've got nothing left in the tank to be able to defend against this high ground push. And Forward even stealing the Primal Roar, lays it back down into Resolution. The Skewer on through to try and bowl these heroes away from Resolution, but he immediately buys back as he dies. But unfortunately, he's going to have very few allies left as Forward have quickly cut apart so many. They're going to be able to catch Moo here as well. 9 has the axe, will move himself over to Tier 4s, but Tier 4s will not protect you from a rampaging Forward as they grab another one, pick up Moo on his dieback as well. Why not just force J.Storm out of this game and show, yes, you took game 1. Yes, the analysts did prefer your lineup in game 2. People were talking about, are we going to see a 3-0, a 3-1? But no. Forward strike back hard in game 2 and show why they have been the favorite of this regional.
We were wrong. And that's okay to be wrong because as BSJ says,
I wasn't wrong. I was
We all
learning.
learned.
you were
Yeah.
learning.
It
Exactly.
went from-
you were learning.
Everyone thought it'd be a 2-0, but wait, watch the magic.
Oh.
Into a 1-1, my friends. I
Wow.
know, sleight of fist, a little confusing.
You guys,
for
you
someone
guys
like
think
you.
that was impressive from home, but from here,
It's
that
like I
was-
lost a finger. No, that was maybe the most one-sided, second most one-sided game we've seen this tournament, and that's just an answer. Like, I really did think J.Storm outdrafted him, and then Forward outplayed him throughout all 30 minutes. Like, just they never looked. That was a beatdown.
really fast with the rotations. They defended that top tower, which is
Yes.
really important for J.Storm to take because it opens up a lot of the map, and it doesn't matter if you have mag if you don't have any area of the map to actually farm.
Do anything. Yeah.
And the Undying pick surprised me. I think that was a big part of their draft because just like the Timber Saw, you know that people are going to pick strength offlaners.
Especially Moo.
Yeah, and so you pick this Undying, and then they still pick a strength offlaner, and then you just crush them. Like the Beastmaster was below, I think, the Rubik
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
net worth at 10, 12
A
minutes.
lot, yeah, really early in. Yeah.
And when you have no playmaker, suddenly your only hero with a good start was Jug, and he's your farmer. So guess what? Nothing happens in the game, and Forward played it well, no mistakes, and there you go, clean game.
Is it? Oh, go on.
I was going to say, if Rezo hadn't been spinning that one time where Fear got the 4-man RP,
Yeah.
and he ults there,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
they actually just win the game off of that.
Yep.
They get so much
Might
map
have been.
control.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was the fight that led to everything being just a disaster.
Yep. It was they were on the spot where they needed to make something happen, and they didn't, like you said, and you're on the edge of the cliff at that point, and you just jumped right off. So
Mag Jug opening, right? It's your win condition. Does it give too much up? Do you think J.Storm's gonna stick with this? Rezo carry us. We'll sit with 4, and you've got to do it. Or do you think
I'm
we might
fine if
switch
they
it up?
stick to that, but
Okay.
obviously it's not nearly as strong if they ban out the Omni Knight. I think.
Yeah. And that Bat Rider ban, I think we're gonna see that first ban every single time by Forward. Now they're like, that seems to be the pretty big problem
Yeah,
here. and
make
it
them
was.
beat you with something different. You don't have time to figure out. Like maybe 4 days from now, you know how to beat that Bat
You're
Rider.
like, oh,
By the way,
But-
this tells me how good the Chen is as well. Like the Chen.
Yeah.
yes, I
Because
agree.
before the Axe, this game, the Axe looked like the best hero I've ever seen
Yeah,
in my
snaking-
life.
Snaking him.
And the previous game, it was like he literally did no damage with Blade Mail on.
Yeah. Exactly.
And oh yeah, we were discussing the whole Blade Mill thing. We might as well say we were wrong. So
Oh, it doesn't. Lich's armor is only good against attacks.
Attacks.
Yeah,
so it
I was
doesn't
reading
do
that. I
that
was
shit.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
damn. Did they change that, or was it always
I
that way?
think, I think
was
it's always.
always-
That
I think it's
way.
always
I
been
think
that
we're
way.
just dumb.
Yeah.
That's probably true.
It happened.
It happens.
I blame the
Dumb
person.
Grant.
I blame the person I asked.
Who was that? Call him out.
Cap.
Well, I don't remember this. Do we have tape of this incident production?
I
No,
don't believe we
they've
do.
already
They don't
deleted
have
the
tape
VOD.
of it.
All right, wait.
so-
Now that we're in these seats, we can make the sus list.
You can.
Yeah.
We can make the sus list.
Well, I think
I mean,
actually
I'm just a
Cap
simple
can.
play-by-play caster here,
Uh-huh.
and you're my co-caster.
I'm
I'm
not
pretty
on the
sure
sus.
our analyst
Yeah.
desk, which doesn't have to do a damn thing when we're casting
So
the game,
on
they're
Grant's
literally
list,
just
he's
supposed
on
to use their brain power
He's got 1 sus
to
and on-
analyze the game.
I was at 2.
You're on but you lost.
I
went
back
you
down
took
to
on it,
1.
yeah. On
Yeah.
our list, you're at a 6.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus, we go
Wow.
hard.
Yeah, we go hard in the
Wow,
paint.
I got to
dude.
do a lot.
Grant, you're at like a +7. Like you're good.
Thank
in the
you.
good
Was
books.
it the magic trick? Yo,
Yeah,
I can
it
do
was.
another one. Watch this.
Let's see it. Let's
Oh,
see
you're
it.
gonna lose the.
We're about to go to.
Whoa. Wait. Wait. All right.
Whoa.
Well, yo, wait up.
The
Wait up.
illusion has been ruined.
I got nothing. Oh God, what am I doing? Get
Break
the hell out of here.
Get
I
out.
gotta go.
Get out.
No,
All
but dude, that was that's what we wanted to see from forward, right? They came out 30-4, an absolute beatdown, 1-1. But you know what that means? We only have not one. It's not a best of 3, baby. It's a best of 5. We have at least 2 more games. That means you should sit tight. Grab yourself a libation, maybe a monster, maybe, some to eat. But we will be back for game number 3, forward versus J.Storm. So stick around.